If that chat goes silent, my energy is going to go down. So I'm going to get my energy from you guys. So here's what I'm going to ask of you. I'm going to ask you to keep your cameras on so that I can see you. I'm going to ask you to talk to me in the chat so that I don't feel like I'm just talking to a screen or talking to myself, right? And I am going to answer anything and everything that is on your mind. So I am a totally open book when I do these classes, guys. I'm a totally open book. I love being here to serve you guys. Like it is my favorite thing in the entire world. Okay. And I hope that you get to see that and it gets to come out tonight. And a couple of other things. We have 3 Amazon gift cards that we are going to be giving away at the end of tonight for the most engaged ladies. So 3 Amazon gift cards. Brooke is our, oh my gosh, like she does everything for us. So Brooke is here, and so Brooke is going to be taking 3 ladies to get Amazon gift cards. How do you win those? It's just by being engaged. So again, I love engagement. It's how I get my energy. And then also, if you stay to the end, I have 2 things for you that are freaking awesome. Okay. Number one is a quiz that will help you determine your hormone imbalances. So, and help you come up with an action plan. It is something that I created. The other one is a metabolic audit. It is an in-depth questionnaire that you are going to fill out. You're going to send it to me. You're going to get a personal video back from me with advice. Whether you join my program, don't join my program, whatever you decide to do at the end of this, those are 2 gifts I have for you if you stay to the end with me. Okay. Um, all right. Um, all right. Are you guys ready? Brooke, our meeting is full. We need to upgrade Zoom. All right, guys. So you guys are gonna have to wait for 1 minute because we have more people trying to get in, and our Zoom is full. Uh, that's a great thing. Hell yeah, it's a great thing. I agree, Michelle. Right? Like how what a fucking beautiful problem to have. Also, I do cuss. So if you don't like that, probably not the master class for you. Just being honest. I do cuss. Especially when I get thanks, Jen, for the giveaways. Yeah, look, guys, like your time is your most valuable resource, and you're taking time out of your night to spend it with me. I do not take that responsibility lightly. Like I recognize like it's a big freaking deal for you to take your time out and like choose to be here with me. Like really, honestly, like that's a huge thing. So I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna freaking deliver for you in exchange for doing that. Like truly, I really, really am. All right, let it fly. Yes, Dana, you already know that. Um, who's ready? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Cortisol, hormones, belly fat. Are you ready? Show me in the chat that you guys are ready for this. Ready, 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 ready. All right. This is always the hardest part. This is the part where I have to figure out the technology stuff. Brooke, did we get upgraded? Yeah.
We are good to go.
Um, hold on. No, that's not what I was trying to do. Hold on. This is always the hardest part, so you guys have to just bear with me. I'm really good at some things, and then there's other things that just challenge me a little bit, which is technology and screen sharing. Where the hell did that just go? All right. What is going on right now? Presenter view. Okay. Can you see my screen? Brooke, do we have the right thing happening right now?
Presenter window. Is that on the front?
Yeah,
Yep. Yes, I can see the correct screen.
great. So you can't see like the notes or anything. You can just see the presentation.
Yeah, Jesse.
Presentation and then notes on the side.
All right, so then we're sharing the wrong screen. Are they gone now, Brooke?
Yeah, you can just open it up a little bit more so it's full screen. But then you should be good. There
All
you
right.
go.
We got somebody in the waiting room and I'll let that person in. All right. I told you guys this is literally the hardest part of the whole thing because there's like multiple screens and a lot of technology and all kinds of things happening. You can see it unless you go in the chat. All right. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate you, boo. All right, guys. So we're gonna get into it. 8 minutes late, but that's okay. We had a little technical difficulty. So here's the good news, right? So I always like to start with what's good is going on. The good news is that you are here. You have not given up. You still believe it's possible for you because there is a whole world of people out there who have actually given up and do not believe that this is possible for them. You already know that things are not going to work. You already know you need something different. You're sick and tired of the yo-yo. You're ready to change for good, and you're ready to become part of the 4% club, right? You would not be here if you were just looking for a fad or a quick fix or something like that. You wouldn't be here on this presentation with me, right? So there's a lot of good things happening, but also there's, of course, some bad news, right? Which is, look, guys, if you have hormone imbalances, dieting and cardio is not going to fix them. Okay. You're guessing and trying to figure all the things out. There's a good chance you're exhausted, you're full of brain fog, you have no motivation, and you have all of these things while trying to solve a really big problem. Hormone problems are not small problems, right? They're big problems. And if you've ever been through them, which a lot of you probably have, you kind of know they're like really, really, really frustrating, right? The old things, they're actually making it worse. How many of you guys feel like you're working harder than ever and things are getting worse? And you're literally working harder than you ever have. Anybody? Yes, yes, of course, right? Also, bad news, you're not 25 anymore. I cannot change that. I have no labs, I have no magic. There's nothing I can do to make you younger or taller, right? But the reality is at this point, you have spent so much time and so much money, and you really only have two resources, right? And time is actually your most valuable resource. Um, why is this? Didn't we just upgrade this, Brooke? Oh, it's asking me to upgrade it. Can you guys still see my presentation?
Yeah, you're good.
49 holding. Okay. And then the last piece of bad news that I will say to you is that diet culture is fucked, right? Every single one of us that grew up, you're in your 40s or 50s, we grew up in diet culture, and diet culture is just straight up, it's just fucked, right? But of course, with that, there's the internet, right? Like none of you guys would be here if we didn't have the internet. We wouldn't be together. It's a beautiful thing that we have so much information at our fingertips, right? However, the problem with that is that you're more overwhelmed. There's more information than ever. Which information is the right information for you? Right? Anybody here feel analysis paralysis? You go on social media, it's like eat breakfast, don't eat breakfast. You should fast, don't fast. Fasting is bad for you. You have high cortisol, no, you have low cortisol. You should eat this, no, you need salt. Salt is bad for you, right? It's freaking exhausting, right? And so that's adding even more stress. And the fact that it's not working, you're trying all the things and it's not working is even more stressful, right? You don't need more information. Okay. We have the internet. You don't need more information. Joanne, you haven't tried everything unless if you've worked with me, then you've tried everything. Otherwise, you haven't tried everything. You don't need more information. You need the right information for you specifically, and you need action. Okay. Action. Joanne, look, I just say it like it is, my friend. I'm going to give you guys a list. Here's what I want you to do. There are 13 items on this list. Um, yeah, Roxanne, you never know which one to go with because it's not custom for you, right? Like, is that right for you? Like, the answer is always it depends. Like, should you be fasting? It depends on what? On your labs, on your stress, on your lifestyle, on your hormones. It depends, you know? Um, so how many of these have you tried? Okay, just get your fingers out. Okay, cutting calories drastically. This is anybody who's eating 1,200 calories and thinks it's enough. That is cutting calories drastically. Okay. Over exercising. If you've ever exercised every day or like 5+ days a week, you're over exercising. Trying fad diets, keto, fasting, cleanses, anything that you see, relying on caffeine and energy boosters, cutting out entire food groups. I'm going to cut out gluten. I'm going to cut out sugar. I'm going to cut out wine. Whatever it is. Oh, the tomatoes or the coffee, it's too much acid. I'm going to cut this out or go low FODMAP, right? Blaming yourselves. I just need more willpower. I just need to try harder. I just have to stick with it. Yeah? Buying quick fixes. All those miracle supplements on Instagram, they really give you hope, don't they? You're like, oh, this is going to be it. It's not. I'm sorry, but it's not. Ignoring the problems until it gets worse and worse and worse, right? I'm just going to go on another diet. I'm going to kick this can down the road, ignoring it. Seeing your doctors and not getting answers. Seeing, yeah, this is normal. Welcome to perimenopause. This is just part of getting older. This is just the way it is now. Yeah. Yo-yo dieting. You're able to lose some weight and then you gain it back. Oh, that's so frustrating. Trying to outwork your stress. Believing that stress is just part of being successful, right? I'm just stressed out. I just push through it. Obsessing over the scale decides if you're having a good day or a bad day. And then comparing yourself to your younger self. You cannot ever be your 25-year-old self again, but you can be your absolute best 45 or 50-year-old self that you want to be. Yeah. Out of 13, we got a 7. That's low, but that's good. Guilty as charged, all of them. 13, 13. You guys, I know this is crazy, but yeah, I've actually done this before. Um, all of them, all of them. 5. Nice. Yikes, diverticulitis. That's rough. All right. So what if, yes to all of them, right? Like most of you have done at least half of them, right? And look, guys, I'm not like here to judge you. Like I used to do the same shit. Like truthfully, I did. So what if here, like I showed you, if you really think about this, what if the problem actually isn't you? So what you're trying to build here, this optimal health, you can think of it like a house. So a house has 4 walls and it has a roof and it has a foundation. Yeah. So the foundation, would anybody here build a house on top of sand with no foundation? Of course not, right? Would anybody here like to live in a house that has no roof? Probably not, right? Okay. So the when you start to think about this and what we're going to go through and I'm going to show you today is your roof is crooked. That's like really the problem. Your walls are not completely built. Nobody here, I bet, I'd be shocked if anybody here is a true beginner. You guys have all probably like counted macros and you've done certain testing and you've been to your doctor. You guys are all, no, none of you have 0 walls. You have some walls, but you have, whoops, you have gaps, right? There's gaps. And because of those gaps, your roof is crooked. Now, the roof is what you want. You want to be energetic. You want to be toned. You want to be confident. You want to feel in control. You just want to feel like you used to. You want to feel like the old you, right? And so, in order to do that, we need to close the gaps. My roof is on fire. I love that. So the old way, right? What you've been doing, you're guessing. You're trying to figure it out while running your life. You're trying to be an expert in hormones and nutrition and workouts. You're trying to be like an expert in all of these things. You're frustrated, you're overwhelmed, you're starting again and again and again and again. And meanwhile, time is passing. Yeah. So what I'm going to show you tonight is going to be a new way. It's proven. It works with science. It is science based, right? It's not just some like stuff that we decided to imagine up. It's based on science, right? It's customized and it's holistic, right? Because you really, at the end of the day, can't separate yourself into different parts. You need to look at you as the whole woman. Um, I think I may have a few walls, but I don't think they connect. Uh, Anna, you're definitely not dying. Wait, where did the chat go? All right. All right, so does anybody here, and are you guys interested in hearing what the new system is? Are you guys curious what your gaps are? Because I'm going to show you. We're going to walk through this together. If you don't have a notebook, you should have a notebook. Okay. I'm going to literally walk you through how do you build these walls? Because guys, we've done this thousands, like we've done this so many times. We know exactly how to do it. I'm going to show you exactly what to do to build your walls and have you assess where your gaps are. We're going to do that together tonight. You will leave here knowing exactly where they are. Okay. Before I do that, I would be remiss if I did not stop and say, I am not, uh, it's not just the Jessica show here, right? I have an incredible, incredible, incredible team of women that help us do this work. There's no way I could do the things that we do without my team. A lot of them are here tonight. Thank you guys for being here, right? Dana, if we have any clients here, how many of you guys want to give a shout out to the badass team? Love the team. My team is fucking amazing. Yes. And this is what we do. We are experts at this, guys. Like we hire the best of the best. We hire proper A players. We've got great functional medicine practitioners. We've got amazing coaches. Our team is amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that out loud. If you don't know me, some of you guys know me. Some of you guys have been following me for a long time, right? I've got people in here that have probably been following me for years. And we've also got some of you guys who maybe saw me once on like an ad on Instagram. And then I was like, you're like, hey, free masterclass. Let me go see what this chick's all about. Yeah. There's probably some of you here. You're like, yeah, she seems cool. Let me see what she has something different to offer. Yeah. Um, so thank you, Kim. I try to look amazing. First time, right? Yeah, Deborah. I don't even know who you were. I saw a free thing. I was like, cool, what is this? This girl, right? Let me see what this girl has. Um, this is not just about weight loss for me, for us, for this team. Okay. This is not just about helping you balance hormones. Our mission here is about helping women stop settling. How do you take up space? How do you rise? How do you step into your power as a woman? Because you matter, you lead. Anybody here leading teams? You lead your families, you lead your kids. Does anybody here have people depending on them? Is there anybody else here feel like how you go kind of is how the household goes? Like, yeah, 100%, right? And so this isn't just about helping you lose weight. It's about helping you take up space and to not settle and to know your worth. It's really important. That's our mission. Our mission is not about losing weight. Because when one woman rises, everybody around her rises. Every person around you. When you see a strong, confident, successful woman, the people around her will rise to the occasion. And I know that. And that is my mission. And that is the mission of the Badass Blueprint and the company that that I founded. Okay. So I think that's really important. You need six of you. Molly, I'm a business owner too. Yeah. I feel it. So, all right, guys, a little bit if you don't know about me, right? So sometimes I think you guys look at fitness people, right? And you're like, well, it's easy for you. You're skinny. It's easy for you. You look like that. It's easy for you. Well, I gotta tell you, nothing could be farther from the truth. I went on my first diet when I was 12 years old. Okay. I was 12 when I went on my first diet. I was called fat my entire life by my three older brothers. I have three older brothers. My oldest brother's dead, but I grew up, I had three older brothers, and my whole life I was called fat. Okay. So I was very insecure. My mom will tell you to this day, my mom will say Jessica got all the fat genes in the family. To this day, my mom will say it. She'll say it straight to my face. Right. So I struggled with my weight. I battled eating disorders. I have battled binge eating. I have been through it. Okay. And I say that to you not because I want anybody to have sympathy for me. I say that to you because I want you to know that I'm just like you. I'm just like you. And I struggled my whole entire life. I did keto, I did paleo, I did packaged food, I did diet pills. I, again, would throw up, I would binge eat. I mean, I did it all. I worked out twice a day. I would go to a CrossFit. I mean, I did all of the things. Okay. And I say that too because that's what makes my program work really well. It's I live and breathe and eat my program. There's nothing in my program that I teach that I don't live every single day. Right. And so I'm 5 feet tall. I've weighed 90 pounds. I've weighed 150 pounds and I've weighed everywhere in between. I did this for my whole entire life. I did this for over 20 years. Okay. I am just like you. And then what stopped it all is something that I don't wish on anybody. I got cancer. I was 33 years old. I was in Nashville. I was on a business trip. I had no idea I was ever going to own this business or start this business. This was never a part of my plan. And, got a phone call you never want to hear, right? And it changed everything for me. It changed. I was no longer fighting for my life. I was no longer fighting to be skinny. I was fighting for my life, right? And so this is like really like the turning point for me where I like was like, well, fuck, I can't keep doing what I've been doing, right? Like this is not good. I can't keep living this way. And I also lost my job. So I beat cancer, lost my job, and that is how my company was born. So, going through this, Yuri, I'm sorry that we have that in common. I'm happy, healthy, and end up. I have a lot of gratitude for having gone on this journey because it brought me to where I am today. But through this, I was 33 years old. I was having hot flashes. I was losing my hair. I didn't know what to do with myself. Like I was like, and nobody had prepared me for any of this, right? So I go to my doctor. My doctor wants to give me birth control. Well, I don't have those parts anymore. So why would you give me birth control? Go to my other doctor. My other doctor wants to give me antidepressants. So I'm going doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor, trying to find somebody who helped me. Well, none of them could help me. I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every time. It was like closed door, closed door, closed door. Meanwhile, I'm losing my hair. I'm in my 30s. I don't know what to do. I have no sex drive. I'm losing my hair. I can't work out because I'm exhausted. I can't lose weight. Like I didn't know I was like a shell of the person that I used to be, right? And so this is like the lowest of the low, right? And so like I sought out, like I'm like I have to fix this problem. I'm 33 years old. I was 34 by then. But like 34 years old, like I'm not gonna live like this for the rest of my life. Like I am way too young for this, right? Like I have a whole life to live. And that is realistically how everything that I built and teach in my program is my journey of fighting from there to here. And now I'm in my 40s. I feel way better. I look better and I feel better than I ever have in my entire life, right? And I have a great life now. I really do. I have a lot of fun. I have good energy, right? Like it's just it's amazing, right? And so say that to you because again, like I don't this isn't just like some theory that I've put together, right? Like this program and what I'm going to share with you is a culmination of my life's work. Like truly, it's my life's work, right? And it's how I created the woman that I am today because I didn't used to be this woman. I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to drink a bottle of wine a night, and I used to eat Taco Bell every day. Like I didn't. This is not the woman that I always was. And now I've had the pleasure of doing it for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. You cannot imagine me with no energy. This is legitimately like my bedtime as well. Like at 8:30, I'm in bed with a book when my phone is off. So, you cannot imagine with no energy. Well, I freaking love doing this. It's like my favorite thing in the whole world. Um, Thank you, Helen. You're a badass as well. Melinda, you're 58 and struggled all your life. You don't have to anymore. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Right? We've helped. I have had the pleasure of helping so many women change their lives. Because, guys, this is not. Is anybody here? Is this just about losing weight? Or is there anybody here that would say, like, I want to feel more confident. I want to be a better mom. I want to have a better marriage. I want to, like, anybody? I want to feel better in my skin. I want to have more energy. Like, it's not just, yeah, like, yeah, you want to lose weight, but why? There's something else out there for you. You want to go experience more life, right? So when I look at these women, right, like this woman, like she's a mom of four, and she was terrified that she was gonna have to ride a scooter at Disney World with her kids. Like that's magic, right? I've had the pleasure of helping lots of women do that. Yeah. I have testimonials for days. We have so many testimonials. If you haven't actually ever seen our testimonials, we actually the Badass Blueprint has an Instagram. Brooke can drop the link. She'll drop it in the chat. If you've never seen them, we also have videos. So a lot of our clients want to like pay it forward because a lot of our clients have felt like you, which is like, I don't know who to trust. I don't know if this is going to work. I've spent so much money before. All of those kinds of things. And so our clients oftentimes will make us videos and they allow us to share them. Everything on there is shared with permission. So if you actually go to so there's a link to in my Facebook group where a bunch of clients have commented, and then there's a Instagram testimonials, and it's pretty awesome and pretty inspiring because again they just like are wanting to help other people. So I want to be able to do what I want even at my age. Susan, you're talking like you're like 80 at your age. How old are you, Susan? I'm gonna wait for Susan to tell me how old she is. 79. Oh my God, I love that. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. We actually have a client in her 70s. She's been a client for a long time. She's one of my favorite people in the whole entire world. Um, yes. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. So here's what you're gonna get. I already told you what you're gonna get. So we're gonna give you the steps to raise your roof. Who wants to, oh, bilateral knee replacement? Yikes. Bless your heart, Susan. I feel the same, Deborah. Like, what a badass. She's here at 79. I freaking love that. Who wants the steps to raise your roof? Anybody? Let me know in the chat. Michelle does. Fuck yeah, Michelle. Oop, told you. I told you there's gonna be some F-bombs. I get excited. All right. We got a lot of yeses. A lot of yeses. We're going to break it down brick by brick. So I also mentioned if you stay to the end, right, you are going to get a custom audit from me. I literally am going to sit in my office for as many hours as it takes, and I'm going to go through your audit, and I'm going to send you a personal video. I'm also going to give you an opportunity to work with us and get those functional labs done. I am going to open that opportunity up to a select number of people. because of the customized nature of what we do, we are not just like this isn't just like a Walmart where you can just like come in and buy what you want, right? We are very selective with our clients, but you are going to have an opportunity at the end of this as well. If we go through this and you like what you hear, we can talk about what that might look like. Okay. So there's lots of goodies here for you guys. I'm going to deliver. So here's the scale. Okay. The scale is 1 to 4. There is no 1 to 5 because then everybody picks 3. Yeah, you guys like how I did that to you? Only you either have to be on the good side or the bad side. Yeah. So do you have gaps? Number 1 is like, nah, man, I am crushing this shit. Okay. And 4 is like, oh, damn, I got a lot of gaps. Okay. All right. So let's go. You guys are all giving me 4s. We're going to go step by step. You have to have a notebook for this. Yeah. I love your honesty, guys. Let's start with the foundation. Okay. We talked about it, the foundation. So here's the thing about sustainability. Okay. It has to work all the time. So if you struggle with consistency, by definition, your foundation is cracked because you have to be able to do it when life gets chaotic, when the dog, shits on the carpet in the middle of the night and you got 3 hours of sleep, when the kids are sick, when your boss is being a jerk and you have to work overtime, when you're exhausted, when you're not motivated. All it has to be flexible, it has to be adaptable, it has to be efficient, it has to fit into your life. Yeah? That's my number one problem. Okay. So life is gonna life, you guys. Like life is gonna life. We say this all the time. It's like a thing I say all the time. Okay? Here's some questions to ask yourself. What you're doing right now, or the last diet that you did, can I do this for the next 20 years? Does this make me feel good? Do I enjoy this? Do I only do it when I'm motivated? Will this work when insert X happens? I just told you, like, again, the dog's just on the carpet, the kids are sick, whatever. Does it take care of me as a whole woman? Is it flexible and adaptable? Do I know how to like weave and bob this when I have to work for 12 hours? Do I feel confident around food, people, and social situations? And my favorite one, am I treating myself like somebody that I love? That's real life. Yes. Life is lifing. I see a lot of 3s. So, how many of you guys, when you think about your foundation, where do you guys stand? 1 to 4. How's your foundation? Let me know in the chat. 4, 4, 3. Okay. All right. All right, guys. So look, we've got some work to do on our foundation. Yeah, that's okay. All right, that's what you're here for. Okay. The biggest thing about the foundation is I think oftentimes we try to do too much, right? And like the reality is like we plan for like life being perfect, guys. Like shit is like honestly, did anybody here not feel like it's just one thing after another? Like you're like, oh, it's gonna calm down. It's gonna calm down. It's gonna calm down. It's gonna calm down. It's not gonna calm down. Like it's just not. Anybody can't be. I can't be the only one. It's like, oh, when it comes, I don't even say that to myself anymore. I just like plan that like it's just gonna be a shit show. I just plan for it. And like, guys, I'm actually my own boss, and my life is still kind of like pretty chaotic, right? Like I'm actually in charge. Yeah, story of my life. Never a dull moment. Exactly. I can't be the only one, right? I'm not a unicorn, guys. Pillar number 1. Okay, we're gonna get into the actual pillars now. Here are the 4 pillars, and I'm gonna go walk you through step by step. Okay, living in the gray, the itty bitty shitty committee, boundaries, hell yeses, and failing forward. Okay, mindset. How many of you guys have ever done a quote unquote fitness program or a weight loss program that had an entire pillar about your mindset? Anybody? Anybody? Never. Nope. Nope. Yeah. This is my number 1 pillar. If you do not fix this and work on this, you will never be successful with anything else. We can run your labs, we can help you fix your hormones, I can give you workouts, I can do all of that shit. If you Anna, what's up, homie? I didn't realize that was you. I can do all those things for you, and you're going to revert right back. If somebody doesn't help you fix the emotional shit going on inside of your head. Yeah. This is why the coaches that we hire are experts. This is why I don't give a shit if somebody can do macros and write good workouts. I couldn't care less. That is not how true transformation happens. Did anybody, oh, by the way, notice that not a single one of my pillars is fitness and not one of them is nutrition? Did anybody notice that? Meanwhile, how are you guys trying to solve this problem? Diet, exercise. Why? Because that's not how you solve this problem, Susan. They're one piece. They're one piece of one pillar. They're 1/16th of this plan. Okay. That's why this shit works. Yeah. All right, let's go through. Allie, the best part of this. Allie, do you want to share with the class how much weight you've lost on the program? While being a single mom of two kids? 20 pounds. Boom. Yeah. And kept it off for like months. So, anyways, let's go brick by brick. Number one, living in the gray. Okay. This is so hard. How many of you guys are all or nothing? If you are all or nothing, by definition, you cannot live in the gray. Yeah. Letting go of all or nothing. I'm going to say this to you guys because you need to hear it. Perfection is the lowest standard because it's impossible to achieve. So if you let perfectionism stop you from taking action, perfection is the lowest standard. It is not the highest standard, it is the lowest standard. On days we only have 50%, are you cool giving 50%? Do you feel shame when you sit down and rest, when you sit on the couch? Are you feeling shame for that? This is living in the gray. What's your score? 1 to 4. How good are you at living in the gray? 0. 2. All right. So we've got some gaps here. We've got some gaps. Okay. So this is pillar one under your mindset. We got some of you guys are doing really well. Yeah, living the gray. Listen, by definition, if you're one of those people that's all or nothing, you start over on Monday, all of those kinds of things, you by definition, you struggle to live in the gray. All right. Pillar number two. Why is it not working? Pillar number two, boundaries. Oh, I love saying boundaries are like my favorite things in the whole world. Saying yes to them often means saying no to you. That's probably a zinger for some of you. Anybody here put yourself on the back burner your whole life? A lot of women. I I can't do that for myself because I have to do it for my kids. I don't know. I have to see if my husband will eat that for dinner, right? Saying yes to them often means saying no to you. Okay? Just gonna put that out there. How many of you guys keep promises to yourself? I'm gonna start over Monday. I'm gonna work out later. How many of you guys actually keep promises to yourself? If you were a friend, would you be able to trust you? Truthfully. How many times have you said, I'm going to work out later? I'm going to lose the weight this year. I'm actually going to do something about this. I'm going to get my shit together. And you lie to yourself constantly. I know that's a zinger and I know that hurts, but guys, I am nothing if I'm not direct. Yeah. So it's kind of like I'm kind of like known for it, right? And so if you don't know me, like who I am. If it's not a hell yes, it should be a no. Financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Hell yeses. Okay? No is a complete sentence. Do you treat yourself like somebody you love? Like, do you have good boundaries? Always a good plan. I believe the promise. You believe the promise when you make it. Elaine, though, if you had a friend that lied to you every time, every single time she said she was going to meet you, you went and drove to the place you were going to go for lunch and she didn't show up. How long would you say her friend? I'd be like, fuck this bitch. Like, truthfully, after like the third time, I'd be like, dude, this bitch, like, no, we're done with this. I am not meeting you again. That's what you're doing to yourself. Yeah? Kathy, LOL. It's true. It's true. Guys, look, so, I mean, we're all thinking it. So, boundaries and hell yeses. Do you have gaps? If you have rock solid boundaries and you're good at saying no, you can give yourself a 1. Otherwise, where do you stand? Where's your gaps here? Ha ha ha, shady bitch. That's funny. Dasha is a 1. She's like, I am ruthless. I love it. Roxanne is a 2. Nice. Kathy, hell yes filter as something that I teach my clients all the time. Literally, a hell yes filter will change your life. A hell, like honestly, a hell yes filter will change your life. It's just a filter. This is a hell yes, and if it's not, no. You can't always do that, right? Like, like doing like my bookkeeping is not a hell yes. Like I have to, do it to stay in business. But for food, it works really well. Cool. Lots of gaps here, and then also some people that are really good. The itty bitty shitty committee. So this is Honestly, probably one of the biggest things that trips women up. This is I should be doing better. I should be able to keep up. I should be able to lose this weight. I should be able to do it on my own. I'm never gonna figure this out. How come she can do it and I can't? Something is wrong with me. It's that voice inside of your head that's always telling you, it's always talking shit to you. Does anybody have that voice inside of your head? Joanne, guilty. Yes. But do we listen? Always. It's very loud. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, the itty bitty shitty me. Guys, if you don't get control of her, she's gonna run your life. And every time she comes and knocks on your door, she comes and she knocks on the door and you let her in. And she comes into your house and she makes a mess. She starts ransacking shit. She's breaking things. She's cleaning out the fridge. She's making an absolute mess. And then you have to spend the next week cleaning it up. Has anybody ever had one bad day that turns into a bad week that turns into a bad month? That's the itty bitty shitty committee. And every time she knocks, you let her in. You have to learn how to shut this girl up. You have to. I fail constantly. I actually said this on my stories today. Yeah, it's um, I fail constantly. And this lady used to come in and just talk so much shit to me. And she would just wreck me. People would leave me comments on social media, like nasty comments, and they would wreck me. I wouldn't post on social media for like weeks. Now I'm like, it happens once a day. I don't care. It doesn't bother me, right? Because I've learned. This is, yeah. So the itty bitty shitty committee. It sounds like, Kathy, of course it's harder than it sounds. Of course it's harder than it sounds, right? That's why, like, for me, like, I didn't figure this out on my own, guys. I spent over $100,000 in mentoring to figure this stuff out, and it's taken me years, right? Like years. And $100,000 is probably conservative over the years. Okay. So the itty bitty shitty committee, 1 to 4. Do you have gaps here? Are you totally in control of her? That'd be a 1. Or is she running your life? That'd be a 4. And obviously 2 and 3 in between. Lots of 3s and 4s. Elaine, nice job with a 2. Andy with a 1. Hell yes. Queen. I love Diane with the 2. I like it. Nice job, some of you guys. You guys have already done some of the inner work. I love that. Um, the last piece of your mindset is we call it failing forward, okay? Which is, are you actually reflecting and learning from your mistakes? So your mistakes don't define you. They don't actually say a whole lot about you. But a lot of you internalize them. And do you embrace failures as lessons? This requires you to have a daily reflection practice. So if you don't have a daily reflection practice or at minimum a weekly reflection practice, there's no way that you can fail forward because you're not actually reflecting on like how you could do better and what you learned from it. Yeah. So if this is not part of your practice, there's no way you could be good at this. You have to do this without shame, without judgment. Looking at data, looking at facts. What are you measuring? Right? And then being able to learn and move forward from things that didn't work. So we call this failing forward. Journaling, love it. 50-50. Okay. A lot of you guys are like, ooh, Kathy. This pillar, guys, this pillar is so important. And everybody wants to breathe past it. This is why you've been struggling for like years. This is it. Probably your whole life. Anybody else go on their first diet when they were like 10, 12, like me? I'm surely I can't be the only one. Okay, thank you guys. Like, don't make me feel like, right? Like, I don't, there's no way, right? This is why. Nobody teaches you this. They're like, oh, just eat more chicken, eat more broccoli. You just gotta like go for a run, just get your steps in. And you're like, I'm fucking getting my steps in and it's not fucking working. Yeah, no shit. Like, no shit. All right. Overall, when we come, learning a lesson is easy. It's using the lesson. I love that. It's not the truth. Um, when it comes to your mindset, do you have gaps? Overall, how would you rate yourself? Is your mindset rock solid? That's a 1. To be honest with you guys, I wouldn't even give myself a 1 probably. I'd probably give myself like a 1.5, maybe a 2. Depends on the day. Um, we've got gaps. Dana, you're in the right place, my friend. All right. So that's pillar number 1. 2.5. Diane, this is your biggest, that's okay. Now you know, right? And the thing is, and the reason I started off asking you guys, has you ever actually had somebody guide you in working on this stuff before? It's a game changer, right? Like when people are, right, I tried all the fad diets. This is different, right? Like this is different. And this is really one of the things that is different and makes this stick long after people leave us is being willing to do this work. And to be honest with you, this work can be really challenging. But it will change your life. You know, it'll change your life. So let's move on to pillar number two. Pillar number two, guys, we're still haven't even talked about diet and exercise. Still haven't talked about diet and exercise. Okay. This is different, and that's why it works. Straight up. I'm actually so confident in my system. I actually am willing to guarantee people, if you're a good fit, I guarantee that my program will work for you. That's how confident I am in my system. I will guarantee if I accept you into my program, I guarantee I can get you results. Okay. If you follow the plan, if you follow the system, that's how good this works. So if you're sitting here and you're like, I don't know, this seems different. I don't know if like this is what I need. Would this actually work for me though? Because like I'm a little bit different and I have this and I have that. You're not. We've done it hundreds and hundreds of times. Like there's really nothing that could surprise me. Like honestly, like we've done it so many times. Like it works. So if you're like questioning or telling yourself like why you're different or like why you don't need to work on these things, like guys, this is the system. It works. In fact, I'm like I guarantee that it works. That's how confident I am in what we've come up with. Yeah. Pillar number two is your habits. Okay? This same scale. Oh, this is going to be really hard for some of you guys. Asking for help. You don't get a badge of honor for suffering. There is no like gold star or medal for suffering. Carrying it all on your own is heavy. Your most valuable asset is time. You can never get it back and you never know how much you have to spend. How many of you guys are lighting yourselves on fire to keep other people warm? Refusing to ask for help. I should be able to do this on my own. I don't need a coach. I don't need help. I'm not going to ask my husband. I'll figure it out. Three, who has time to wait for good help? Agnes, I don't wait for it, I pay for it. Um, truthfully, like, um, what's do we have gaps? One to four. Sometimes it's easier to do it for yourself. Is it though? Because if you're overweight, you're unhappy, you have no sex drive, you have no energy, is it actually easier to just do it yourself? Because like, what's the price of doing it yourself? What is that actually doing to you if you actually sit and think about it? We're always fixing everybody else's shit. That's a boundaries issue. Megan, a two. I like it. Joanne, some of you guys are great at asking for help. I used to suck at asking for help. I actually used to have a massive, massive ego around this, a massive ego, like the hugest ego. And when I finally decided to actually let people help me, because I have a coach for everything. I have like business coaches, I have my own health and fitness coach, I have somebody that helps me with my hormone. Like I outsource like all of these things. Like this is literally my job. I don't do any of this stuff for myself. I have coaches for all of it. I used to have the biggest ego about it. And it changed my life. I'll let people help me with anything they want to help me with now. Literally with anything. I hire people for everything. Because my life is so much better by doing that. Um, yeah. All right, guys. Sounds like we've got some gaps. Sounds like we've got some gaps. Joanne, yes, I am the expert, but the only reason I'm able to do the things I'm able to do is because I have so many people that help me. My whole team, none of this would even exist without them. Do you know how hard it is to like trust somebody with like my business and my reputation? It's really hard, like really hard. But it's life changing because now we can change so many more women's lives than if I was just me by myself. Like I already work 6 days a week. I can't work more. I mean, I can, but not really. Right. And so, like, really, by me not being willing to let people help me, like, I'm creating more suffering. If I just let people in and let people help, we can change so many more lives. That's a perfect example of it. Um, Melinda, you can ask us for help. We'd be happy to help you. All right, habits. Habit number two. We call it the perfect day formula. Okay. Not looking at your phone within 30 minutes of waking up in bedtime. Do you have a morning mindset routine? Do you have a bedtime routine? Do you take mental breaks during the day, even for like a minute or two? Do you get sunshine before 10 a.m.? Do you do anything to manage your stress throughout the day? Do you have some sort of practice to release your emotions so that you don't eat your emotions or start yelling at people? Reflection, gratitude, movement, fuel, and rest. Um, this is, I love that all of you pray. I think that's wonderful. This is just, that's one part of the whole formula. So how many of you guys can say that you do all of these things really well? Does taking stress gummies count? Do we have gaps? 1 to 4. What's your score? How many of you guys? I feel badly here. You're not failing, Susan. Maybe you just haven't been taught the right way yet. Right? So we're not failing. We just haven't learned the right way to do it. Lots of gaps here. Yeah. Um, cool. The next one is going to be all about cortisol, and cortisol's everywhere on social media. But like, I really believe that you have to make these certain things habits. So cortisol is actually not even under our hormones. I put it under habits because I think that you need to have these practices throughout the day of number one, making sure you're not over exercising and under training. So many of you guys are over exercising. I'm sorry, under training, under eating. You're over exercising and you're under eating as a habit. And so you need to habitually make sure you're feeding yourself really well. That you're not getting so busy and you're forgetting to eat, or that you're just drinking coffee all day and just like jacking up your hormones. How many of you guys, right, having a strong mindset? If you have a shitty mindset, you're going to be stressed out all the time. Making sure, right, we're getting sunlight, that we're doing little like 60-second practices, like different breath work and things like that. Laughing. How many of you guys laugh every day? How many of you guys have gaps here? How many of you guys, this is and I say this as, this have to be habits. These have to just become ingrained. Does anybody here have to remind yourself? Do you remind yourself to brush your teeth? You bet I laugh. Um, I laugh a lot because I actually love the people that I work with. And sometimes we just say like really, we have some fun together. So, um, yeah, everybody says it's a habit to brush your teeth. I hope it's a habit to brush your teeth. If not, well, you might be in the wrong class. Um, so habits. Um, so it sounds like we've got some gaps here. All right, last habit. We call these the essential eight. Anybody who's in my program knows about the essential eight. You like to make others laugh, absolutely. But you should laugh with them. Laughing is like one of the best. I mean, there's a saying, laughter is the best medicine. Um, Laugh every day. So it's just one of them, though, guys. Laughing is not going to solve the world's problems. Oh, it would solve a lot of the problems in the world right now if people fucking laughed more. But, but yeah. And then the last one, and again, guys, like I think it's important for you guys to understand that we teach this stuff throughout a 6-month program with one-on-one hand-holding guidance. So when you're looking at this and you're like, holy shit, I've got a lot of gaps and this is a lot of information, it's literally you and your bestie coach holding your hand and walking you step by step through this. We don't like bring a person in and we're like, boom, here, do all this shit because your head would explode, right? It's this really nice phased in and it's all tailored to you, right? Like everybody's optimal movement, rest, and food is different for every single person. And it's also different in different seasons of your life. What optimal movement is for me when I'm stressed is a lot lower than when I'm not stressed, right? And so there's a lot of different things that, right? So I think it's important for you guys to remember that. This is not like we just implant this system into somebody's brain on day one and we're like, good luck with it. I mean, I wish we could just implant it in your brain, like, but we haven't figured that out yet. Um, the essential eight and actually knowing these, how many of you guys know how much sleep you get every night? How much protein you eat? How many steps you get? How many of you guys are taking the right vitamins and supplements, getting the right amount of movement, water, and eating the right calories? How many of you guys have these like super dialed in, and you know exactly where they're at? Of course you do now, Dana. Let's go, girl. Hallie, you track everything, but is it the right stuff? Are you doing, I mean, is it the right stuff that you're doing? I can sleep 10 hours. Nice. I'm jealous of that. That's amazing. Hallie, me too. I don't know about half that stuff. Okay, so it sounds like we have some gaps. I don't have it consistently. Guys, Consistency, if you, again, if you're not consistent, it's our foundation is cracked, right? So we have to work on, that's why we don't do these things all at once. You thought it said cats. I'm a dog person, not a cat person. I have a rescue dog. Her name is Bodhi. So but I like cats, but I'm a dog person, not a cat person. All right. Overall, pillar number two. Guys, we are going to run late. It is already 8:50. Surprise. But I told you, I'm gonna stay here with you. I'll stay here with you all night. Um, because I'm not even tired, even though it's past my bedtime. Pillar number two, our habits. Do you have gaps? No, my habits are freaking locked and loaded. Four, shit, yes, I do have some gaps. Three, but working towards two. Let's go, Joanne. 2.75. Michelle's like, I'm gonna make my own rules. I'll make my own rules. All right. 2.5-ish. I love it. I love you got you non-rule followers. You're like, I'm gonna make my own scale. 2.5. All right. All right. Pillar number three. Oh my gosh, you guys are like, finally, can we talk about our hormones, right? Did anybody here come to learn about your hormones? Yes. Diane, I will tell you, if you can stay to the end, I can give you very specific things. Nice work, Susan. Two-thirds of the way. Hormones, yes. Hormones are so sexy to talk about. The thing though is, guys, that a lot of people don't realize is like everybody on social media is like all talking about hormones, and most of them have no fucking clue what they're talking about, to be honest with you. And then you go to your doctor and they're talking about maybe like estrogen, they're talking about progesterone. And the reality is we have looked at thousands of labs. Like between myself and Lisa, who's on this call, she's our absolute fucking rock star functional medicine practitioner. We've looked at so many labs, and guys, it's the reason that you are struggling to lose weight and you feel like shit is almost never the hormones that they're looking at and talking to you about. Which is why if you've ever gone to HRT and you're like, crap, I feel worse, or I don't feel better, or magically I didn't lose weight. No shit. Like I don't even know what else to say to you, but like no. But for me and for us, it's like no shit. It's not even the right hormones. Like those are not even the ones that are making you miserable. Except if you're having like really bad hot flashes, then yes, it is those. Um, yeah, you're in perimenopause and they're telling you your labs are good. Well, guess what? They're probably not running the right labs. Right? They're probably not. Especially like if you don't feel good, there's something off. Helen, like there's something off, right? Like, um, all right, let's get into hormones. The very foundation for everything with your hormones is vitamins and minerals. Every single process in your body requires vitamins and minerals for your body to work effectively. You cannot have proper hormone function if you are not getting the right vitamins and minerals. Minerals specifically, especially. Soil depletion means our food is less nutritious. Are you eating enough fruits and veggies and a wide variety? I'll be the first to admit, guys, like I don't eat enough vegetables, so I supplement, right? Because I just don't. I get really busy, and like today, I think I ate like 8 shrimp for lunch. Like truthfully, I'm pretty sure that's what I ate for lunch today. I went and stood in my kitchen. I was like, I need to get some protein, and then I came back to work, right? Maybe a string cheese. I don't know. Like, um, Poor absorption. If your gut is not healthy, you're not going to be able to absorb. So you are not what you eat, you are what you absorb. If you're guessing or you're taking supplements off of Instagram, you should stop doing that right now. They've actually done studies on Amazon where they say up to 50% of what's sold on Amazon is counterfeit. Supplements are unregulated. A lot of them are counterfeits. You need to be really careful. And lifestyle factors that you can't or not willing to change, right? I just told you, I don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. I just know. So, and there are seasons of my life that I do. In this season of my life, there's a lot of demands on me and my time. And so for me right now, I know that I'm not doing that and I'm not doing right for my body. And so I'm supplementing for those things. And a lot of our clients choose to do that as well. Um, which vitamins? That's a question. Right. Well, it depends on your labs, Michelle. Like, and there's so many supplements out. How many of you guys have a basket of supplements at home and you're like, I have no fucking clue if they're doing anything? I literally hear this like almost every call. You have a whole basket of supplements, and I'm like, well, are they doing anything? I don't know. Yeah, you guys all do. Like everybody comes into our program, right? Especially if you've done functional medicine before. Like a lot of women have done functional medicine before they find us. Hundreds of dollars. Susan, we don't recommend certain supplements. We look at your labs. So we're not affiliated with a brand. I do not make like that's not our thing. We use medical grade supplements and we pick whatever's right for you. It's not one specific brand. We have no affiliation with any supplement brands. Um, yeah. So, how many of you guys are 100% confident that you're getting all the right vitamins and minerals? How many of you guys can are a one here? Or how many of you feel like you have gaps? Three, four. Yeah. I think this is a big one. This is a big one we hear a lot, right? You cannot have properly functioning hormones without this is the foundation because hormones oftentimes like they're signals and they require like without I don't want to get into like too much science. They require vitamins and minerals. Yeah, many gaps. Okay. A healthy gut. So, you're probably not going to be able to see this, but I'm happy to show it at the end. This is a hormone hierarchy. In order to have properly functioning hormones, you have to have a healthy gut and a happy liver. And if you don't, you will never be able to balance your hormones. I don't care how much HRT they give you. I don't care what sort of magic they're promising you. Your hormone conversions happen in your gut and your liver. And so they have to be functioning properly, or else you're not going to be able to balance, quote unquote, balance your hormones. And if you're like, but I poop every day, or I take a probiotic. If you're taking the same probiotic and you've been taking it for a really long time, you're causing gut imbalances. You shouldn't do that. Okay. Skin issues, major red flag that your gut is off. Rosacea, itchy, drop, skin issues, gut is gut. Anxiety, depression, brain fog is oftentimes your gut. Intense cravings for like sugar, like really intense cravings, is oftentimes your gut. Poor immune system, always getting sick, autoimmune, all of these things start inside of your gut. Food intolerances. So many women are like, I can't tolerate this. It's not you're not allergic to it. You have leaky gut. Um, Healthy gut is so important for almost everything. Yeah, your gut's your second brain. Yeah. How many of you guys feel like you are a one? Your gut health is on lock. Uh, how many of you feel like you have gaps when it comes to your gut health? Yeah, this is like we like again, this is one of the tests that we run on our clients because it's the foundation for everything. It really is. It's the foundation for like everything. So really, really, really important. With that, yes, with diverticulitis, you definitely do. All right. Happy hormones. You're like, oh my gosh, this is like 1/16. This is the whole reason I came here. But guys, all of this stuff all of this stuff it interplays. So as we get through these last ones, you'll start to see how it all fits together, right? Because it's like a puzzle. You cannot have just one brick and one brick and one brick, right? Because we need all of them to have the roof balanced. Like if I came over to your house and I just like knocked out one of the walls, probably would be a would be a problem. Even if the rest of the house is fine, right? It would be a problem. And so you'll start to see how they're going to start to like really fit together as we get through these last pillars. Yeah, right? Because cortisol is going to show up in lots of places. Because cortisol is actually a hormone, right? It's a hormone, and it affects your other hormones. So cortisol will give you blood sugar issues, it can make you insulin resistant, which can cause you to store belly fat, right? And so it all will start to interplay here, right? With even having bad gut health can raise your cortisol, believe it or not, right? Like I see so many women with blood sugar issues that eat super clean, super common, and it's from stress. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense, but it does. Happy hormones, estrogen and progesterone imbalance. It is not enough that they are in range. Number one, in range means nothing. Estrogen and progesterone, they play off of each other. They have to be in balance with one another. They have to be in balance. Brooke, I think we have a reel. I have a reel on my Instagram. If your doctors run your labs, you can actually do the math and find out if you have estrogen dominance. If you have estrogen dominance, you're gonna have like heavy periods, you're gonna have trouble losing weight, you're gonna have mood swings, you're gonna have a whole shitload of problems if you have estrogen dominance. Progesterone is really sensitive to stress. So again, like I mentioned to you, most of the hormones that people are talking about are not the hormones that are making you fucking miserable right now. Everybody's talking about like your estrogen, your progesterone, and hormone replacement and all this stuff. Guys, I'm not anti-HRT. I think HRT is great. However, it's not the reason that you can't lose weight. How many of you guys are sure that your hormones are in balance? You have great insulin, your blood sugar is good, your liver is super happy, your gut health is great, your inflammation is under control, your thyroid is totally optimal. Your doctors never run all the right labs for these. I can guarantee you that, and I'm happy to give you a list of those. Um, how many of you guys feel really, really, Brooke just dropped that reel. One of them is about cortisol. So in order to test cortisol, you actually have to test it over 24 hours. Cortisol follows a curve. And so doing a blood test for cortisol is basically useless. Um, um, you are in full-blown cortisol poisoning. You're probably not, Helen. You're probably not. Uh, you're not gonna die, I promise. You're gonna be okay. How many of you guys have gaps here? 1 to 4. Susan, you usually probably feel it if you're inflamed. Um, Molly, let's go with a 2. You don't feel like you have any? That's amazing. Yes, Joanne, that's how you test cortisol. That is like the default because cortisol follows a curve. And so if you're only testing it in the morning, you're missing the whole rest of the curve. So cortisol, it's meant to rise and then it's meant to fall. So you really need to do the whole day. Um, And so you don't get that in blood work, which is why we do functional medicine testing, not just blood work. Um, and so that's actually optimal, right? So when you go to your doctor and your doctor says, quote unquote, they ran a full panel, of course, your doctor won't test cortisol. So when your doctor says they ran a full panel, they probably ran around $100 worth of blood work. In addition, the ranges that you see are the population, which is a whole bunch of, so 2/3 of America is overweight or obese. Nearly, like, I think it's 80% of people are on some sort of lifestyle medication. Most people are on multiple medications. So you are being compared when they say that you're normal. They're basically saying that you are just as sick as every person, every other person. That's all that it means. Those ranges, if you look at the ranges 30 years ago, they're completely different than they are now because they change as people are getting sicker. So as this population continues to get sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker, they actually change the standards to reflect the sicker population. So back in the 50s, like testosterone for men was meant to be, I think it was like over 1,000. Now they consider like 500 normal. So yes, if you look at it, it's shifted over time. So what should you be looking for? You should be looking for optimal ranges. It's terrible and scary. So your doctor, and this is not a knock on doctors, right? Like I went, like guys, I went to my oncologist and asked her to help me when I was suffering. And she's like, Jess, I want to help you. I don't know how to help you. This isn't like what we're taught. This is like my oncologist. Woman went to school for 16 years and she saved my life. And she's like, Jess, I don't know how to help you. Like I don't know what to do for you. I can give you birth control and I can give you antidepressants. That's what I can do for you. That's it. Right? Um, that explains it more than Rachel. So it is sick care. It is disease care, is what it's meant to do. Does anybody here want to wait till you have diabetes or you have, I don't know, cancer or a heart attack? Do you know that heart disease is the number one killer of women over 50? Do you guys know that? Heart disease is the number one killer of women, entirely preventable. So this is where optimal. So when we run labs on our clients, our ranges are much tighter. Would you want your labs to look like Joe Schmo on the street, or do you want your labs to look like mine? Normal just means you're just as sick as everybody else. Functional medicine, we use functional lab ranges. This is about being an optimal person. Optimal, not fucking normal. Because normal in America is not healthy. Americans are not healthy. Yeah. How many of you guys are 100% sure that all of your biomarkers are optimal? I'm gonna have news for you. Even mine aren't. Where do you guys have gaps here, you think? lots of gaps. All right. I can talk about this. I get like really fired up when we talk about this stuff. So, all right, guys. Overall, when we talk about your hormones, okay? When we talk about your hormones, how many of you guys feel really confident that your shit is exactly where it needs to be? You know what to do, right? Your optimal biomarkers, your insulin's good, your liver's good, your gut health is good, your vitamins, your minerals. How many of you guys are so sure that this shit is exactly where it needs to be? Yeah. So if you came and you're like, I have a hormone problem, you probably do, but it's not as simple as let me just take a supplement off of Instagram to fix it. Are you guys starting to see that? Like, it's not like run labs, take this thing, and it fixes it. That's not how it works. If you actually want to fix it, if you just want to take a pill, like then go to your doctor, right, and take a pill. But if you actually want to fix it to the point that it's like the root of it, and actually like I don't want to have to go through this shit again and again and again, it's actually like it's fairly complex. So remember at the beginning when I was like, look, guys, hormone problems, like they're kind of like deep problems. Are you guys starting to like see that a little bit now? Like it's not I have a cortisol problem. Let me take some ashwagandha. Guess what? Ashwagandha is going to fuck up your liver, and you probably don't have high cortisol. You probably have low cortisol, right? So if you fuck up your liver, okay, well, now your liver's not converting your thyroid hormone. So all of a sudden, that ashwagandha that you started taking for stress, now your thyroid's suboptimal, and you're wondering why you're gaining weight. Well, the ashwagandha was supposed to help. Oh, but here's what it did. Here's what it did downstream, right? And so you have to like there's it's like a big puzzle, right? That we're always like that you're putting together. Um, yeah. All right. Obviously, we've helped a lot of people fix their hormones. Yeah. The last words. The last pillar is your metabolism. This is where we're going to talk about workouts and nutrition. Okay. Are you guys still with me? I know I've talked a lot. Andy, it's overwhelming. Guys, I'm taking 6 months of a program and I'm smashing it into like 90 minutes. Guys, this is a 6 month long. On average, our clients stay with us for a year or longer. Okay. So I am smashing. Also, remember I told you this is my life's work? Guys, I've been working on this for like a lot of years. Like a lot of years. Yeah. So if it feels overwhelming, it's okay. This isn't like you're gonna like wake up tomorrow and like start doing all this shit. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about your metabolism. Okay. Last one. This is like such a mind fuck for some people. So the very first thing we have our clients do when they come into the program while we're waiting to get their labs back is we have a plan for them. It's called, yes, Kimberly, it is bedtime, but we're not going to bed because we've got lives to change, my friend. Um, it's called a metabolic accelerator. So while we're waiting for your labs to come back, we put you on a metabolic accelerator. And so a lot of you, like people like freak out because oftentimes they're doing too much. And so one of the fastest ways to get your metabolism to go faster is to do less. Slow down to speed up. People freak out. I need you to eat more and I need you to work out less. So hard to slow down. Yes, Hallie. Yeah. If we remove the things that are slowing you down, stress, overexercising, undereating, inflammatory foods, put you on a diet break, oftentimes your metabolism, we slow you down to speed it up. How many of you guys goes against everything I was told? Susan, there's a very specific way that we do it. It's specific. It's proprietary, right? Like it's a hallmark of my program because it works incredibly well. People who have not lost weight in like ever come in the first couple weeks, they're like, "What is this witchcraft?" I'm like, "Yep, it's magic. It's fucking crazy." So, but what you can take away from this is, can you remove the things? Can you actually do less and get more results? Does anybody feel like, oh my God, that would be amazing? Can I do less and get more results? It'd be a little bit more consistent if you didn't have to do so damn much, right? Right? Like really, like if all you had to do is work out for like 3 times a week, you'd probably be a lot more consistent. Be a lot easier. Yeah. So give yourself I never thought of that. That would be nice. Yeah, it's amazing. Give yourself a score. How many of you guys have ever slow. It's backwards. Hallie, listen. Girl, I don't know you yet. Yet. You did not take an hour and a half out of your day for me to give you the same bullshit that everybody else is feeding you on Instagram that's not fucking working. Did you? Please tell me that's not what you came for. Did you expect me to just come here and tell you to just like eat more protein and get more steps? Because I feel like that will be a total bait and switch. And yeah, that's not what we do here. Right? Like I told you, like, yeah, exactly. Right? You're laughing. I don't know you yet, but I'll know you after this. All right. We're Holly, we're all in that workout generation, girl. Yeah. Do we have gaps here? How many of you guys are removing things? How many of you guys have ever tried removing things instead of doing more, more, more? I'm gonna more, 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 more. All right. Not me. Yeah. It's contrary. You're like, I want to lose weight. I'm supposed to do more, right? Like I'm trying to lose weight. I should work out more. I should eat less, right? That's what you're supposed to do? Wrong. Um, do do not take this and go like slam the whole pizza and be like, Jessica told me to eat more, and then be pissed off when you're like, the scale goes up 3 pounds. Okay. Not what I'm telling you to do. There's specific ways to do this. Yeah. And it's not the same for everybody. Okay. Yeah, you're laughing, but it's for real. Strategic nutrition. Pillar number two, strategic nutrition. Guys, you feel worse if you don't wake up and get cardio in first. Oh my God, Stacey. Oh. Okay. Uh, I don't love that for you, Stacey. I don't know your story though, so I say the answer is always it depends. I hope you're eating before that though. Eating clean is not a strategy. If I had $1 for every person who told me that they eat clean, I would be fabulously wealthy. Um, Eating clean is not a strategy. Macros alone probably aren't going to work either. You need the right foods at the right times and the right amounts for your body, for your goals, for your life. You need to have some hell yeses. You are never going to stick to something if you do not have some hell yeses. All right? What are your hell yeses? Do you even know what your hell yeses are? Are you very confident in social situations or does it give you anxiety? Do you feel okay having hell yeses? Or does one cookie send you into a guilt spiral because like you're a terrible person because you ate a cookie? Can you see results without extreme measures? And are you cutting foods out arbitrarily? Right? I'm cutting this out, I'm cutting that out, I'm cutting gluten, cutting whatever. But I have no fucking clue why. I'm just doing it because that's what I saw on Instagram. Yeah. How many of you guys have a really dialed in strategic plan? Because the reality is, if you want to look like you have a strategy, you need a strategy. If you want to look like somebody, like the top, let's say 10 or 20% of people, they have a strategy. And it's not just, I just eat clean. How many eating clean wasn't sustainable? Eating clean doesn't even mean anything, guys. It doesn't even mean anything. Like, it's not a strategy. You've dieted yourself into a permanent deficit that needs to be reversed. You and basically every single other woman who's joined our program. It's basically, right? And Hallie, everybody on Instagram telling you just eat less. It's just calories in, calories out, right? Calories in, calories out. And you're like, dude, I cannot eat any less, right? And your body is shutting down because of it. Because when you don't eat enough, guess what? Your thyroid slows down, your cortisol goes up, which means your insulin, you become more insulin resistant, right? You become super inflamed. It starts to have this hormonal impact that people aren't accounting for. And so your body is literally turning the lights off. Your hair starts breaking. You stop being able to poop as often. Like all of these things are literally, Roxanne, you don't have to track everything forever. So Hallie, like that's literally like right where you're like you have, and it's super common. We see it all the time. All of that, yeah. I mean, that's yes. How many of you guys gaps? 1 to 4. Strategic nutrition. 1 to 4. Yeah, Jen, it's got to be customized to you. It's got to be customized. Like literally based on your labs. Like you need to eat, this food based on your labs. We can, you can get it down that granular. Awesome. All right, guys. There's a lot more than like 8 people here. The rest of you guys sleeping? All right, there they go. All right, guys, we're in the home stretch. Is everybody still with me here? Everybody still with me? All right, guys. Hold on, I messed it up. All right, we got a lot of yeses. All right. Here we go. Optimal workouts. You have to lift weights. If you want to age well, you have to lift weights. Joanna's past my bedtime too. You can climb in bed though. I can't, but you can. I'll sing you a little lullaby. You have to lift weights. You need the right amount, the right time, and the right way for your body and your goals. If you're doing random workouts, you're going to get random results. Period. If you're just doing cardio, you're gonna have a big problem because you're just losing muscle. Muscle is the organ of longevity. Muscle is how you look good naked. Muscle is how you burn more calories. I'm 5 feet tall, I weigh 110 pounds, and I can eat probably 2,500 calories and not gain weight because I have muscle. Right? And you guys are probably like 2,500 calories. You guys probably haven't eaten that much in like a decade. Yeah. I can eat so I can go on vacation. I can go on pizza. I can go on a date night. And I don't have to worry about gaining weight. Yeah. Um, yeah, Roxanne, we got to get you lifting weights. My friend Stacy, I love that. I don't love cardio daily. But again, I don't know your story, Stacy, so I don't want to but I don't love cardio. I don't do any cardio. I just walk. But we have people that train for marathons. We have somebody who just did what is that like Disney thing where you do like a half marathon and like a 10K and a full marathon. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds terrible. But she's being trained properly and she's eating enough food for it, right? So optimal workouts. You need to be lifting multiple times. You need to be having rest days. You have to lift weights. Um, Injuries that require modifying the program. Yeah, that's okay, Susan. Most people do. Melinda, you have a whole body besides your elbow. How do you get a weight training plan? Well, we could do that for you if you'd like us to. Christine, 2 days a week lift weights. Great. Lifting weights. So how many of you guys have a very like optimal workouts? So you are like training, you're growing, you're building muscle. Let's go, Molly. Lifting 4 to 5 days. I like it. 5 times a day. Agnes, I think that's a typo. Uh, if you change your workouts, if you do a different workout every single week, you cannot answer yes to this question. If you do a different workout every week, you just go on YouTube or you go on Peloton or whatever, you cannot answer yes to this question. Where do you guys think you are? 1 to 4. Do we have gaps? Some of you guys are probably like are not beginners, right? Because here's this metabolism piece. This is what you think like everything's about, right? Diet and exercise. You guys aren't beginners with diet and exercise, right? You're just not. Jen Mooney, you got it dialed in. I love it. Great job, Hallie. Still doing upper body. All right. The last piece of having a fast metabolism is sleep, sunlight, and recovery. Okay. Sleep, sunlight, and recovery. Exercise breaks your body down. Stress breaks your body down. Dieting breaks your body down. You have to offset these. The right fuel, the right rest, the right recovery, right? You have to recover your body because you are not 25 anymore. And if you are not recovering your body, I just told Hallie, I just told her, under eating, overtraining is fucking up your hormones, right? And it's literally down regulating all of her systems, right? These things are all stressful to your body. Do you eat your body weight in protein every day? Do you fuel your workouts with carbs? Are you getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night? Do you get sunlight every morning and dark every evening? Those are things that you should be doing. You should not be you should not be working out fasted and you should not be doing HIIT unless you are sure that your hormones are in a really good place for it, which is probably not most of you. Repeat that. What do you guys, how often, you don't need a gym membership, Melinda. I'd say probably 85% of our clients do not go to the gym. They work out at home. Like almost all. So if you go to that Instagram and you look at those testimonials, nearly all of those testimonials are people working at home, working out at home for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week. 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week from home. When your body functions optimally, you do not have to work out that much. When you have well-programmed strategic workouts, you do not have to work out that much. Because I only go work out 3 times a week. You don't have to work out that much. Um, your mind races. Yeah, Agnes, so you're starting to see, right? Okay, I need to be sleeping to have a fast metabolism, but my hormones aren't allowing me to sleep. Or is it my cortisol that's not allowing me to sleep, right? Or is it the itty bitty shitty committee that's not allowing me to sleep, right? So you start to see how it all starts to cross over, right? All the different pillars. Excuse me. Um, do you guys have gaps with your metabolism? Joanne, it should contradict. So, Joanne, everything that you've heard is everything that you. So now, Joanne, I don't know you. But I'm going to make an assumption because you're taking time to be in this class and you're super engaged. You're probably not where you want to be with your health. And this isn't just you, Joanne. This is probably everybody here, right? You wouldn't be here if you didn't have something you wanted to work on. Everything you've heard has gotten you to where you are right now, which is not where you want to be. Let's call a spade, right? You're not where you want to be. And so everything that you've heard has gotten you here. So I'm glad that I'm telling you something you haven't heard before. Because otherwise, it would be the same shit, a different day. And if we keep doing the same shit, then we're going to keep getting the same results. Did anybody come here to get the same results that you've been getting? Anybody? Or did you come here because you wanted to get different results? Yeah, you always want different. So I'm glad that you're like, this is fucking weird. Like, I'm glad. You're like, oh, I haven't heard this stuff before. Great. Yeah. Definition of insanity. Exactly. Guys, I'm gonna show, I literally, here's actually my favorite one's picture of pizza. But guys, it works, right? I mean, I don't need to like, you've seen my testimonials. So here's like to summarize everything. Where you are is here. You have gaps, right? We talked about this in the beginning. Your walls are not holding up your roof. Here's where you want to be. Is this where everybody wants to be? Everybody wants 4 walls, strong foundation. This is where you want to be? Yes. This is how to get there. There is no question in my mind that this system works. This system works time and time again. Does the system need to be customized to you? Yeah, the system has to be customized to you, right? Like your vitamins and minerals and my vitamins and minerals are probably not the same. Your version of stress and my version of stress are definitely not the same. You're like, we're not, right? How much recovery you need and how much recovery I need, we're not the same, right? So the system has to be customized to you, right? But this is the system, okay? So let me ask you this. If you were to, if I have a magic wand, I'm gonna give you, see this magic wand? Can everybody see my magic wand? Just imagine it, it's magic, right? So you gotta like use your imagination. I know we're tired and it's late and all the things, right? But use your imagination. I'm gonna give you my magic wand. And we're gonna like bippity boppity boop, boop. Yeah. So when you boop, what do you see? Fast forward 6 months. What's different for you? What would you use my magic wand for? You came here for something different. You came here because you want something. You have an outcome in your mind. What is it? Confidence. Abs. Fuck yeah. Confidence. Lose weight. Tell me more, Elaine. Hot flash is gone. That's it, Christine? Girl. Feel normal. Feel comfortable in my body. Confident. In control. You're on the way, Dana. Maintain my current health and fitness without killing myself. Yeah. Hallie's like, I feel good, but I can't keep this shit up. Not to have this gut. Be a better version of myself. Look good. Be confident. Be better for my family. Stop hiding. Make my ex jealous. Feel like my old self, better sleep, more confidence. I want to understand my body. Anybody here want to have a better relationship with your body? Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. When we look at this system and we looked at our gaps, our overall gaps. How would you guys rate yourselves when you look at the entire system? What would you say? Three, four, 3.5, 3. Okay. Yeah, so we have some gaps. Dana, you're moving in the right direction. Girl, you just started. You're already moving in the right direction. I love that. I love that. You're at 3.5. Next time we have this class, you'll be probably at 2.5, and then we're gonna get you there. Molly, you're not a hot mess. You're not a hot mess. You're just a work in progress, just like all of us. Yeah. So, so here we are. So there's a path in the road. You kind of have two ways to go. I right now, I'm about to make an offer. Okay. If that bothers you, you can plug your ears. You can hang up. You can leave. I don't really care. You can walk away for 2 minutes, whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. This is the part where I'm gonna offer you something. Okay. So again, if you don't like it, just plug your ears. La la la. I don't really care what you do. You probably are doing the work, Megan, but it's not working. That's the whole point. You're not, none of you guys are sitting here eating bonbons and shoving donuts in your mouth and wondering why it's not working. If you are, you're in the wrong masterclass. Like you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong class, right? This isn't for you. You don't need functional medicine if you're just sitting around shoving donuts down your throat. You're not doing that. You don't need functional medicine if you are. You just need to stop doing that, right? That's not what this is about. So, me and my team, this is our specialty. This is what we do all day, every day, twice on Sundays. There is nothing almost that you could bring me that I have not seen before. We help high achieving women take control of their health, right? There's no restriction, there's no dieting, there's no exhaustive workouts. We help women fix their bodies. Why? Because when one woman rises, everyone around her rises as well, right? And so this is how we teach women to stop settling is by helping them take control of their health. Okay? It's all based on functional lab testing. Everything is science backed. We run labs. This is not the bullshit labs that your doctor is running. This is in-depth 24-hour, like we are really doing, we get like 40 pages of labs on our clients. There's like, we figure this shit out, right? And then our signature method, we take it and we tailor it to you. This is our specialty. What is that? I walk you through our entire system. Everything gets customized to you. You have a personal coach who's literally an expert, right? And we guarantee you that our program will work. Okay. If I can run all the labs on you and you follow my program for 6 months, I guarantee you that it'll work for you. Okay. So I could sit here and I could talk to you about all the things that you're going to get and this and that and blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, everything in my program is not for everyone. Some people love the community. Some people love their coach. Some people, we all like different things. What we get is results. What we need to get you there is going to be different for everybody. One client might need to count macros. One client might not need to count macros. One client might be lifting, at the gym. One client might be doing Pilates at home, right? Every single person is unique and different. That is the entire premise of our program. It is built for you so that you can do it for the rest of your life. Like plain and simple. Okay. So, Brooke, do you want to go ahead and drop the link? So here's the way that works, guys. If you're like, I'm curious what this looks um, like I'm curious. Brooke's gonna drop a link. You can fill out an application and you can speak with somebody on my team. Okay. Um, that's it. We do not accept everybody into our program. Okay. So this isn't like a high pressure sales pitch because I just told you I'm willing to guarantee our work. So I'm not willing to guarantee something that I can't deliver on. That's not how I built this business. That's not how I have this reputation. That's not how I have happy clients. Okay. So if we can help you, we will show you what that path looks like on the call. If we cannot help you, we will leave you better than we found you. I will always leave people better than I found them. Okay. That's my promise is that we will always, always, always leave people better than we found them. So if you're curious what that looks like, Brooke just dropped it in the chat. Book a call. Again, there's not going to be any pressure. We have a partnership with a firm as well. So we do have some ladies where you're like, gosh, this sounds amazing, but I'm not sure. We have ways to help make things like that work so that you can get the lab testing, get the answers, get the coaching, get the results. And in 6 months, you will be a completely different person. Now you have to do the work, okay? I'm not going to just sit here and offer you a guarantee. Like you have to actually do the things that we ask you to do. Because if you do the things we ask you to do, the program's going to work for you. Yeah. If you don't do the things, I'm not guaranteeing you shit. But for the right person, this is the, I mean, it's a great opportunity for you. Yeah. Um, I've showed you a lot of testimonials. Who is this good for? Uh, you're tired of doing this alone. You're feeling frustrated. You're tired of fad diets. You're willing to get a little uncomfortable. You're willing to let us hold your hand. You crave growth and you want to thrive. This is not for you. I just said this. If you're lazy, if you're not open minded, if you're uncoachable, if you don't like support, if you still think you just need macros and a workout plan, if you think that you're going to leave this masterclass and you're going to be like, that sounds like a lot of work, I'm just going to probably just work out a little bit more and maybe just like cut carbs again. Um, yeah, then I don't know what to tell you because that's not how you solve hormone problems. Um, so there we have it. So you can also take this and you can DIY it. The only part you can't DIY is the hormone testing, obviously, right? So there's no way to know your vitamins, minerals, and your gut and your optimal levels and all those kinds of things. There's really no way to know that stuff without the testing, right? I mean, like we would just be guessing. All right, guys. Um, where's my screen share? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. All right, guys, I'm back with you all. Do we have any? The testing's included in our program, Roxanne. It's all in one. I don't run testing separately because the testing is useless unless you know what to do with the testing. Carla, it really depends on how many labs, how long, and things like that. So if you're curious, I would say the info, the link. Yes, Molly. Or Carla, I mean, you can send me a message as well, but um, Kathy, most people don't need to be gluten and dairy free. Most people just have gut issues. Um, yeah. So, so I have time here. I did not look at all the questions that we got throughout. So I do have, yes, Jen, if you're celiac, I mean, that's not a big deal. It just means you can't have gluten. What questions do you guys have? Does anybody want to be brave? Does anybody want to be brave and come off mute? I am so th we have programs that start at like a couple $100 a month, and we have programs that cost $20,000. So the problem is like if I tell you something right here, right now on this call, and then we get on with you, and we actually can't get you results with a program that costs a lower level program, I'm not going to sign you up for a program that's not going to get you results. Like you can't join a program where we can't help you. Because that just doesn't make sense for me. So like if you need all of the lab testing, we're not going to let you join a lower level program and not get results. So that's why I'm like a little bit hesitant because it's going to be different for everybody. So we're not going to get on and just try to sell everybody the most expensive thing. Like that's just not how we do things here, right? So like, but if you need certain testing for us to be able to guarantee you results, then we're not going to let you join a lower level program because then you're just going to be pissed off. Right? Like that's I would rather you not join my program at all. Than join, not get results, and then be like, well, that's just like everything else. Like, not fuck that. Um, it's just not okay. Um, I have all the time in the world for questions if anybody wants to ask me one. Agnes, thank you for coming. Oh, that was Ashley, thank you for coming. Can I give an example of some of the most important and common testing? I don't understand your question, Hallie. Do you want to come off mute? I don't know where you are. Do you want to come off mute? If you don't want to and you're feeling bashful, then you can message me on
I just
social
couldn't
media.
figure it. Sorry, I couldn't
Okay.
figure it out. It took me a second to figure it out. I was just wondering, and you said like 40 pages of like, some people have just numerous pages of these test results. Are they all blood tests? Are they like, I know you say cortisol is not accurate unless it's 24 hours. Are they minerals? Um, just some of the baselines. I know, obviously, like some of the baselines of magnesium, things like that. But are there some that are we don't even know about, if that makes sense?
Yes. So like to look at your gut health, we need to look at your poop, and it's going to test like your digestion and your pancreas and inflammation markers and like your bacteria, like balances of bacteria and like all this kind of stuff. And then like a Dutch test is going to show us not just your cortisol, but it also shows us your hormones over 24 hours and how you digest and metabolize your hormones. So that's stuff you can't get in blood work, which is where like a lot of that. Now, are we running blood work? Yes, we're running more blood work than most people have ever done. Like most doctors aren't testing like your free T3 or your reverse T3 or any of these kinds of things, right? And those things could be actually the things that are slowing you down. So for us, Hallie, like we have all of the information, so we actually know. Because otherwise, if I run partial information, then it's like, well, maybe we need to see this other thing, or like maybe we didn't find the answer, right? And so it's like, so for us, we want to have like all of the pieces because it's very rarely just one thing. Because of the way that your hormones interplay with each other, it's almost never just one thing, right? So like if you have uh all right, so that person's muted. So if you have one thing wrong, it's typically going to be like a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of this. So it's going to be like I don't know if that makes sense to you, right? But it's not like these hormone issues don't exist in isolation almost ever. Like oh they unless it's like brand new and it just started like a month ago, then it might exist in isolation, but they're never going to exist in isolation. And so because they all are talking to each other, there's all these feedback loops of like your gut talking to your thyroid there's like I can actually show you. I have a chart that's actually pretty cool of all the feedback loops. If you send me a message on social media, I'd be happy to share it with you, hey, Hallie, of all these feedback loops. So I feel like that was a lot of information. I don't even know if I just answered your question.
No, you did. Thank you. Yeah, I've been looking into the Dutch testing. I just was curious on if that was specifically what you were using and just some of those guidelines. And I liked how you touched on the norm versus what's optimal because I've learned that through the years. Like you said, the sicker we get, how those
Yeah,
numbers are swayed, and it's really frustrating.
it's
Thank you.
yeah, it's super frustrating. Absolutely. For those of you, so we do have a free metabolic audit. Um, Brooke, so I promised you guys that for staying to the end. So drop that. Brooke, there's another one. There's also a hormone quiz that you can take. There's actually two free things for you. For those of you that are just waiting for your free stuff. Metabolic audit is going to be a really in-depth questionnaire. You need to get it to me less than 24 hours. Because I'm gonna do these tomorrow. So first come, first serve. And then a hormone imbalance quiz. So those are two free things for you. And then for those of you who want to talk to me and my team, guys, if you're like even thinking about it, if you're on the fence, if you're curious, book a call. Again, we're not like used car, like high pressure, like salespeople here. That's just not what we do. So you can book a call. Um, so I wanted to get those free things to you guys as well. Um, you're in a program, but your coach doesn't give you good feedback about menopause issues. She told you to get your own test done for hormones. I mean, are you getting results, Debbie? And how much longer do you have with her? Because if you're not getting results, then you know, it may be time to move on. Um, cool. What other questions? Anybody besides Hallie have questions? She's the only brave one.
Maybe I'm really brave, and I have another question. So, if you don't mind,
I love.
um, okay.
I'm here to serve.
So is there like I keep hearing, and again, I know that social media is, overload on info, reverse dieting. So that's kind of where I think if I were to use some of that slang, that's kind of where I am. Is that
Mhm.
something that you help with trying to get
Of
out of
course.
that whole overworked, under eating,
Of
try to get
course.
I average about 11 to 1200 calories a day. And so and now I lost a lot of weight doing that. And now, as you know, I'm stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing. You're in an interesting position, Hallie, right? Because you've got yourself backed into a corner, right? And so that's the problem because you can't eat less. You also can't sustain that, and you're probably feeling you're starting to power down. I'm sure your brain's starting to be affected. You're probably not sleeping. Like you probably have a lot of shit going on. Absolutely. We help like we help women like you all the time. You know about the Dutch house, you're researching, you're looking around, you're trying to figure out, right? Like what is the right thing? Like we absolutely yes. Honestly, we see it all the time. Like women just are not eating enough. But
Okay.
everybody on Instagram, right, is telling you like it's just thermodynamics. You just gotta like calories in, calories out, and you're like, or they're like, you must not be measuring your food properly, and it's like, no, like you've just backed yourself into such a corner that your body's just responding now the only way that it knows how. So
Okay.
you
Yeah,
should
thank you.
you should honestly, Hallie, like you should get on it, just jump on a call with us. I mean, it sounds like we'd be a really good fit to help you.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for coming and for asking questions. If you're feeling bashful, you can send me a private message. You can send Brooke a private message. It says Brooke Badass Team, and she'll read it out for you if you like Brooke better than me. Um, You could send me a message on social media if you really want, if you're feeling super bashful, but I'm gonna be really tired after this, so I won't answer you tonight. Any other questions?
So I did unmute. Can you hear me?
I can. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
I'll let you see me if I can figure out how to turn this thing on. Hey, here I am.
Hi.
Hey, so I did sign up for a program.
Yeah.
Um, and I went for the gusto because I wanted to really look a lot better and make a difference. I signed up for 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I signed up in November. And for the first little bit, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to gain, some muscles and things like that, but my weight is not moving. So I'm like kind of confused because I've done a program before and I did lose weight, but now it's just like, I don't know. I think it's the cortisol and it's the hormones. Um, Definitely that's got, played into it, but I'm just frustrated.
Yeah, for sure. And you should be frustrated if you've joined a program, you spent some money, and like you really wanted it to work for sure. So look, I'm not gonna sit here and talk bad about other people. I think there's a lot of really good programs and a lot of really good coaches out there. And so I think most of us are out here trying to do really good work. So I don't think it doesn't sound like your coach has ill intentions. It sounds like they're trying to help you. But there are, again, special considerations that a lot of people just don't understand. Like as we start to age and we're going through the transition, especially if you have a history of like more extreme dieting, you've done lots of diets, you've done lots of programs. Again, it starts to have these impacts on the other systems in your body. And again, is it cortisol? Is your cortisol high or is your cortisol low? Like we have all these other like things that are happening. And so it's probably again not like ill intention. It's just maybe they're not educated enough to be able to support the things that you actually have going on foundationally in your body.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm sorry that you're having that
For
experience.
that. So I tried to be really, like I said, do you guys have anybody that specializes with menopause, blah, 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 and she just kind of went around it. Well, you could just go get tested, go get tested, like, I'm
And if it
like,
was that, to be honest, like I don't want to be crass, but I'm going to be crass. Like if it was that easy, like I would be out of business.
yeah,
I mean, I'm just being honest. Like I would be out of business and I have 10 people who work for me and like we're growing. And so I say that because like there is a gap in the marketplace
hmm
that exists. And like so like I don't mean to be like that, but like if you could just go get the testing and it was like that easy, like we wouldn't be in business. But we are.
yeah. Obviously, I'm asking the person I'm paying, like, what can I do, da da da, but it's just, you just need to be consistent. You just need to be consistent.
Yeah,
And
it's
like,
the
I am being consistent.
yeah. Super frustrating. I'm sorry that you're having that experience. But again, that's why we specialize. That's why we run labs on our clients. That's literally how my program. I didn't like sit around and like dream up this program. My program literally just like naturally. This was not like part of my plan. This wasn't like I didn't like have this grand vision to start this program. It just like naturally evolved into what it is today by me going through my own journey and literally going through this exact same thing, working with a
Mhm.
coach, couldn't lose weight. I'm working out 2 hours a day. I'm working out 6 days a week. I'm losing my hair. I'm not going through all this shit, right? So my program's literally just evolved for exactly that purpose because there's like this need in the marketplace. Like it wasn't just because like I feel like, oh, I feel like doing this cool shit. Like it's just literally like it's just how it came about. Is women need it and it works, you know? So yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, I thought I was doing the right thing and joined up with something that's supposed to be good, but
Yeah. And I'm not saying it's
not
bad,
gonna
right?
let you out of it. They have it little clauses in there, and because I already looked, and I'm like, they're not gonna let me have my get out of it. So I'm stuck.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, in the meantime, you're on my Facebook group. You can reach out to me if there's anything I can do to support you in the meantime. I'm more than happy to do whatever I can until you're able to, get the labs and all that stuff done, right? Like, I'm sorry that you're having that experience again. I don't want to say bad things about other people. I don't think they probably don't have bad intentions.
No, I don't think so.
Most people don't, right? So, yeah.
Okay,
Um, yeah, thanks for coming, Debbie. I really appreciate it.
thank you.
Jen Mooney asked about my guarantee. Uh,
Yes.
yes, you're like, thank God somebody asked, right? I'm sure that you were
Oh
wondering.
my
Jen
God.
Mooney's like, I'll ask. Um, I will coach you. I will get you results. We will get you results. You have to do the work. We'll get your results. If I don't get your results, I'll coach you for free until I do. So I also tell people if I don't find anything on your labs, I'll give you everything, all your money back for your labs. I've never had to do that before, but I would do it. So if I run all of your labs and I don't find anything on there, I'll give you your money back for them. If you don't get results in my program in 6 months and you're actually doing the program, we'll coach you for free. We'll get you results. Like you will not leave here without results. Period. So, now for some women, like if you lose 10 inches, but you only lost 5 pounds, like you're getting results, right? So you can't say like I need to lose 60 pounds in 6 months. Well, okay, well, I'm not going to guarantee you something like outlandish like that, obviously, but like we'll get you results in 6 months, and if not, we'll coach you for free. And the same thing with the labs. Like I'm not going to run labs with somebody who doesn't need it, and so if we run your labs and we don't find anything, I will pay for your labs out of my pocket.
The
Because I know that what stops a lot of women is like you've been let down before. Debbie
help.
just shared her experience. I hired a coach. I thought I was doing the right thing, right? Like, and it didn't work, right? And so I don't want that to stop you again. And so, and the right women in our program, like they do the work. And when you do the work and you have the right guidance,
Right.
it works. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Jen? Sweet.
On
Um, what other questions do you have?
phone. I don't know if she's going to answer me.
I hear you, whoever you are. I don't know if she's going to answer me.
Oh, that was me. Sorry, I
I don't
didn't know
know.
if I was unmuted.
You're off mute. You want to ask me something?
I wasn't on my phone, so I wasn't able to get the links that you mentioned about the hormone and the audit. So I was asking if you could text them to me.
Melinda, you're my friend on Facebook, right?
I'm not on Facebook.
No? Why did I think you were my friend on Facebook? Why is your name so familiar then? Um, Ale, can you go in and text the link to Melinda in the CRM, please? Um, so somebody from my team is gonna get that over to you right now. Thank you, Ale.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, why do you guys need our credit report in order to schedule the call?
Yeah, I just replied to somebody else. It was you, Kim. So because a lot of people do finance it. If you do not want us to do it, just send me a message. Do you have me on Facebook, Kim?
Not yet. I don't think
Okay.
so.
I'm gonna, uh, give me
That
one
is how I
second.
found you though, so I'm sure I could.
I'll drop you a link and you can send me a direct message and we can just book you outside of the system. We do have a lot of people who use our financing partners, and so we just want to be able to like expedite that process for them.
Okay.
Is really the reason that we use it.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
But if you don't want to, you just send me a message and we'll just book you in separately.
Okay, thanks.
Give me 1 second, Kim. Are you able to get a link if I put it in the chat?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna put if you click on that m.me, it'll send me a message right in Messenger, personally to my personal messenger. and then we can book you in tomorrow or Friday. We'll just put you straight on the calendar. Allie might be able to.
Thank you so much for doing this
Thank you for
and
coming. Honestly,
staying up late for all of us
honestly, guys,
West
I
Coasters.
live for doing this stuff. This is my favorite thing in the entire world. And I don't know, like, I probably didn't properly express my gratitude because without you guys coming here and actually like trusting me, like, I don't get to do this. And I recognize most of you, like, you're not going to join my program, and that's okay. If you took one thing away from this, like, literally just one thing away from this, and you go out and it helps you build momentum and it helps you make a change and it helps you move in the right direction. That is my mission, right? My mission is to help women and to empower women to take up space and to live full, healthy, amazing lives. And there's a lot of ways I can do that. Guys, I've gone live in my Facebook group every week for 6 years to help women for free, right? And so, like, that is my mission. And so, if this is your first experience with me, like, I want to help you. And there are a lot of ways I can do that. I have videos on YouTube. I have a Facebook group. I have lots and lots and lots of awesome resources. Yeah. So thank you for spending your night with me. Like you guys just spent 2 hours with me. I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the trust that you place in me. Whether you ever join my program or you don't, you sat here and spent 2 hours and you trust the things that I say. And that means the world to me. Thank you, Debbie. I am doing great. I'm healthy and cancer free. Selfie, my Facebook group, check. Uh, um, okay, Allie just dropped the link to the Facebook group as well. If you guys aren't in there, you should totally be in there. Going once. Anything else? Any questions? Any comments? Any thoughts? A lot of people are dropping. We still got a lot of people on here, but um,
I definitely have another question about how do we get to the links? Like, I'm like, I want to fill them all out, but I don't have time right this second. So what do I do? How do I get them,
where
in the
Kim?
morning or
Is that you,
yeah,
Kim?
yeah,
Um, you did you send me a message on social media?
I did. But I want to do like the metabolic audit and the hormone imbalance quiz,
Cool.
but I like clicked the sign up link first. I'm like, I
So
went backwards order.
it's okay. We will. We can text them to you, or let me see if I got your
I'm like,
message.
maybe if I just save it, if I like visit and then bookmark it and then visit the next one, that's what I'm gonna do.
Do you guys know the phone number that I text that you got the text reminders from?
Yeah.
Reply to that, Kim, and be like, "Hey, Jess, or whatever, somebody from my team will see it. Hey, can you please send me the hormone audit, the metabolic audit, and the hormone quiz? Because we'll see it in the CRM, and somebody will reply to you. Brooke might reply to you tonight, actually. So,
Thanks,
guys,
guys.
anybody who wants the links, reply. This the phone number that is texting you all those reminders. It's a CRM. We all can. It's a text me like we can all see it. If you want those links, just send us a text message and we will text you back, and then you'll have them on your phone. Jen Mooney says you can save it using the three dots at the top left. Okay, well, she's more technologically savvy than me. So Jen, we'll hire you next time to run. Next time to run the Zoom. Um, cool. Any other questions? So if you guys want the things and you were not able to get the things, your first priority should be booking a call because we will fill up, our spots will fill up for booking a call. And then you can just text that number back. Like literally we text you, just reply to it. And we'll reply with the links. We'll make that easy. If you want to book a call and you don't want me to run your credit report, just send us a message or reply to the text thing as well. Yeah, you can just reply to the text thing, right? The text message, you're literally texting us back. So, real humans. Cool. All right, guys, 2 hours. We did the damn thing. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I am grateful for each and every one of you. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for allowing me to do the thing that I love to do most. Um, that's it. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your night.
Thanks. Bye.